Oh, hello, it's me, a hidden object guru. Hope you're having a good day. I know I am. Getting poked by a sick person.
Are you the hidden object girl?
Maybe someday. Maybe someday.
But I'm a fan.
As well, you should be.
Can I have your
Most people are.
autograph?
Somewhere, yeah.
Aw.
Alright. I just need a pen that can write on skin. Uh, you're welcome.
Oh my god.
Yes, I'm. Some might say pretty okay at this. We've got some games to play, but first we're going to show off another VR title.
Ooh.
She's tired. Who could blame her? The interesting thing about this VR title, it took some getting used to. It's called Runebender, and it's another, point defense game. But the strange thing about it is, and this is why I think it's not going to last, right? The issue I run into is you have to essentially cast a spell by making a rune in the air, right? So you hold down the make a rune button, and then you do a gesture hitting the 4 walls of the ring to make a shape. And the number of walls you hit and the order you hit them in determines the spell you're going to do. So that little arrow does a dart. There's a left symbol or a right symbol, depending what hand you're using, that does a flamethrower. But see, the problem is, and the direction you push the button in to load up the symbol, that is how you do a different spell. So plant, water, fire, air, because it's, elemental stuff. Here's the thing about that, though. They're never really good at explaining, like, the plant, water, fire, air is never intuitive. Like, everyone can wrap their head around why water destroys fire. Everyone can wrap their head around why fire destroys plants. No one can wrap their head around why plant destroys air, and no one can wrap their head around why air destroys water. So, a full 50%. Hey, Conchanted. Hey, Khalifa. How you doing? A full 50% of the elemental interactions are hard to remember because they don't make any intuitive sense. So that's a problem. But the bigger issue is, it takes so long to load every shot. And, well, you can preload 3 shots. That's great. If one enemy took 1 shot to kill, that would be okay. Every enemy takes 2 to 3 shots to kill. So, no matter how many enemies you're up against. Oh, sorry, if you use the correct shot against flying guys, it does kill them in 1 shot. But all walking guys take at least 2 shots to kill, sometimes 3 to 5. Even if you're using the correct weapon on them. They take a while to kill. And so the problem is you're constantly trying to do this reload while you're being attacked. And I don't know that there's an easy solution for this. Like, I feel like maybe you should have to, you should always be able to attack, and you should have to do the symbol to change what element you're using, change what weapon you're using, and power up your attacks. But the idea that you have to essentially do these awkward symbols between every shot, it makes the game basically not playable. So the game's in early access now. I'm just going to show you where it is and how much it costs. So ideally, they're going to fix this thing, or at least tweak it in a way. What if it's not early access? It's not. They just think it's out. Damn. Okay. I hope they tweak it so it's more playable, because right now it's kind of frustrating.
Your description of how to play that game made me
No, it gives you a headache. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my point.
Oh my god, this is way too complicated.
It is. It's way too complicated.
Wow, you're having cake for breakfast? Can, I'm so jealous. I desperately want cake.
Cake is one of the best kinds of... Yeah, I'll make you a cake, don't worry.
I want cake.
I'll make you a cake. I just said that.
Thank you. You'll bake me a cake. Jessica Rabbit style. No, because you hate carrot cake. Okay, fine. I had warmed up leftover pizza for breakfast because I'm sick and I desperately wanted something hot, but I also needed to get under blankets.
Oh my god, I
fast.
completely forgot Coffee. Thank you for reminding me. Don't let me forget to watch the tier list. I'll be able to talk about it tomorrow, Coffee. No, don't you dare say that now. All right.
How about now?
No. Next, we have Mark of the Deep. Now, we played a demo for this a while back. The game came out. They were kind enough to send one over. I definitely used to have a video game
I
controller.
love pretty much all cake that's not chocolate.
See?
And, without wheat. Although,
She's almost a normal person. Oh, there we go.
Cake made from flour, I'm sure tastes good, as I recall, but, will make me
Physically ill.
debilitatingly sick. So.
Oh, leftover
Bad.
pizza. That's the dream. Okay, why is there a second option in launch?
Right? It was so good. So my aunt makes like hot sauces. She grows her own garden. I mean, so do we, but she's been doing it longer. And she always makes us stuff because, like, other than my uncle, we're the only people in the family like that truly like spicy stuff. So she makes something called cowboy candy, which is like pickled sweet jalapeno peppers, which is the greatest thing in the world. But as part of her processing, like for hot sauces and stuff, she made me jalapeno spice. She dried a bunch of the spices left over from making the rabbits and peppers, left over from making hot sauces, and gave it to us as spice. She's done this before for me with habanero peppers, but this year for Christmas she gave me like a whole bunch of ones, including the jalapeno spice, which I think is the greatest thing in the world.
So I immediately had to make her some.
Yes, so I used so much of the full like spice shaker she made. I was like, you have to make me jalapeno hot sauce, which by the way I need a bottle in the fridge because I'm not going.
No,
outside.
don't worry, we're getting it.
This is a uniquely Canadian winter thing where when you run out of room in your fridge, you put like giant containers outside because it's a fridge outside. So there's like a giant container of jalapeno hot sauce outside, and I'm like too lazy to go outside and get it.
She is.
But yeah,
I'm having burgers tonight, Khalifa. Got myself some delicious vegetable burgers. Oh, that looked bad. You're allowed to have burgers. No one's stopping you. They're not hard to get. Uh-oh. Looks like somebody got cursed. You just write a list.
Okay.
I'm recording at 4, but I can run errands up until then.
Okay. What was it saying?
No idea.
Oh, yes. So I have this amazing jalapeno spice, and I keep putting it on everything because it tastes so good, including ice cream. I know that's insane. Like, he likes super hot spice stuff, but I'm like, I don't mind super hot spice.
Oof.
But, like, jalapenos have flavor. It's so freaking good.
Ah.
So, yes, the pizza had the jalapeno spice on it, and it was really good. I need more.
I'm in some real trouble here, folks.
Can I look at the tier list for him? I don't know what the tier list is.
It would be on the Discord.
Oh, okay. Oh, burgers are good. Now I want a burger.
Okay.
I actually do like veggie burgers, but most of them have like meat in them, which is gross. For obvious reasons. And then they keep doing like the almost meat veggie burgers, which actually make me ill, even if they don't have wheat in them. I think it's the concentration.
Oh,
of,
nice.
What is it, the beet juice or the?
It's the beach.
Yeah, has anything with like a high concentration of beet juice in it makes me ill.
It's 100% the beets you have a problem
Yeah.
with.
There was a brief period of time where we were like, maybe it's pea flour, but I'm like, no, it's not pea flour because I eat the meatballs that have pea flour.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm fine with that.
I really liked this demo. I'm very much looking forward to the full game.
There's a spoiler about the first chapter. So where is this in the Discord?
The question is, do we have a map?
This seems cute. Oh my god, you guys, I'm playing Zelda and it's getting really hard.
I would just like to point out, there better be a map in this game. Because they chugged along making Dark Souls games, right? For, what, 2008? for 14 years. Gesundheit. For 14 years. And they did fine. People bought them. You know. No one wasn't buying Dark Souls games. They made a tidy profit. Then they came along and they made themselves Elden Ring. And Elden Ring, there's no, nice way to say this, made them all the money in the world. Everybody bought Elden Ring. Elden Ring was a smash beyond all sanity or believability, right? And so the question becomes, why was it so much more successful to the point where it was like it's successful as the rest of their Dark Souls games put together? And the answer is, 1, it's got a map. 2, the story is less oblique and they tell you, who the bad guys are and what you're supposed to be doing. And yes, it's more complicated than that, but they tell you who the bad guys are and what you're supposed to be doing. And that's all it took, man. They had a perfect gameplay loop that everybody loved. But their refusal to make a map and tell you who the bad guys are and what you're supposed to be doing kept that series from being successful, really successful, for 15 years. Between Demon Souls and you'd say, well, it was an artistic choice. Great. People don't like your game because of your artistic choices. And what are you gaining by not having app? Immersion. Great. People don't play it. Because you know what? If you want people to be immersed, they're always free to not look at the map. Although, by the way, if you want immersion, if you want real life, people making maps. That's why we have maps. Because people make them.
We know someone who professionally makes them.
I literally know a professional map maker. That's not a lie. That is a true fact. DM, who hangs out at the channel from time to time, literally makes maps for the government. It's just a fact. Wait, can I not roll through that? Okay, I just timed it wrong. Ow!
Very angry about this map situation, y'all.
I'm very angry at any Metroidvania or Souls-like. By the way, Souls-likes are all Metroidvanias. Another little fact that some people... Okay, I gotta get the timing on this guy down. Souls-likes are all Metroidvanias. The most... And by the way... and this is the important part. We say two things. One, Souls-likes are old Metroidvanias. It's just a fact. We don't call them Metroidvanias because they're their own thing, but Souls-likes are all Metroidvanias. The difference between a Metroidvania and a Souls-like is in a Metroidvania, when you die, you go back to your last save, and at a Souls-like, when you die, you wake up at a campfire. That is literally the only difference between a Souls-like and a Metroidvania. It's not always a campfire, but weirdly, it's almost always a campfire. Every meaningful... Okay, well, he's close to dying now. There is no meaningful part of their design of a Souls-like that isn't just a Metroidvania. Thank you. And also, one last thing, and this is the key. Very smart Enchanted. No, coffee. Donald Trump has asked the American government to start lying about a name. It's no different than when they changed the name of French fries to Freedom Fries. And we all remember how long that lasted.
Well, and I mean, it's fine. Even if you convince all of America to call it the Gulf of America.
It'll just further isolate America.
Go to another country, especially with another language, and, look at a map of the world and see what they call different countries.
Yeah. Americans are not respected around the world, so no. Him deciding Americans are going to call it something else, it means nothing. Coffee, don't worry.
Do you know what America is called on a map in France?
Les États-Unis.
Correct.
The United States. It's okay, Conchet. We won't tell you. We're not doing big politics here. But Coffee did bring up something real stupid, so I had to address its rank stupidity.
I understand Can. I've been following some of it because I feel like
Calanthus'
we need to know what's
Aegis.
coming for us, or at least our friends.
All right.
And,
Okay.
But then I do media blackouts too.
I
'cause
see.
It's also fucking depressing.
All right.
We're here for a fun stream, so yay.
Yeah, that's what I said. How do I equip? Is it equipped? Do I have to equip it a fire? There we go. Now when I'm down to 1 hit point, I do 20% more damage. This is the rare time when having numbers on screen would feel useful. Normally I don't like that in games, but if you're going to say, well, you do 20% more damage. Well, what does that mean? Put some numbers on screen if you want to say... Just, if you're not going to put numbers on screen, don't put numbers in the... don't put percentage increases. Just say, makes your attack stronger. There. If you're going to put numbers in the game, put numbers in the game.
Greetings, stranger.
Oh.
It seems fate has ensnared you.
Okay, I love this guy. He looks like a Muppet. He looks exactly like a Muppet.
It's curious. How the stone
Look at that big Muppety nose.
He looks very
Now,
genuine.
its words
Like
are
he's
rude.
frowning, but he still seems like someone I would want to hate.
I sense its significance, though my memories grow dim.
Hey, Joanna, what's up?
Read its message?
You battening down the hatches?
Of course.
Surviving
Those
the
were
crazy
thought
storms
that one
y'all are
such
getting?
as you would come. That much I recall.
Cool, Khalifa.
And Dev Graham.
Y'all, for
Yeah.
context, Ireland is being hammered by crazy
Okay.
storms. Like hurricane storms. It's really weird.
Old folk village deep within the abyssal woods, potent curse by sound to break free and escape disgrace must embrace your destiny.
I wager you were navigating the vast
I
seas
was, yeah.
when your vessel sank. You're not the first, and surely not the last, to get stranded in this accursed island.
Probably.
Even you've proven
I assume
to
the other
be
ones turned into
decipher the
bosses,
stone
because
tablet.
that's usually what happens
Allow
in
me to
Souls-likes.
assist. A handful of pirates, much like you, landed not far from here, at the ancient crossroads, but temper your expectations. When small folks arrive on this island,
Ah, so I have
it's
to
rare that they land
grab
at
the rest
same
of them?
location.
It's a thing from Danganronpa. It's what are people the best at? Enchanted.
Ah, indeed. I bear the
Oh.
light, but I was once far more. The exact moment of my
I don't
transformation
know what I'm
eludes
best
me.
at. What do you think of?
Lost
I'll
in
think
the
about it.
passage of time.
I'm
But one thing
I
certainly
have many
remains.
talents that
Aww.
let them
Of this
flop
vile
around.
corruption, it lingers in the very air we breathe.
Uh-oh.
Fear not. In time, all here take on a form like mine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What to cook today? Blasted. I've forgotten the still lingering around.
I
Off
am.
with you. There are far
I mean,
more
I want to
imperative
say,
tasks.
from the little I know about
what
KN,
to blast
that
still off
singing
with-
is her ultimate, is the ultimate form. But that's just because I really enjoy KN's singing.
See? There you go. Aww. Adorbs can. I'm just gonna have to make a video explaining
I
that
love
the
it.
person who died was the face of the curator and not the person who played the curator. Because a lot of people seem to be confused. Plus, it'll give me a chance to celebrate the best job in the world, which is Union Extra. The man was a Union Extra, which is the best job in the world.
Who are we talking about?
The guy who was the face of the curator. I just said that.
Yes. Yes, you used to be an extra.
I was never a Union
You were
Extra.
never a union extra.
I mean, I got union jobs when they needed somebody and they didn't have any union people. And I gotta say, it's the best job in the world, being a Union Extra.
If I recall, part of the problem with you being an extra
Boom.
was like when like it came to costuming because you were too tall for the average costume.
It was an issue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's not. We know, but people are confused. That's what I'm saying. Like the guy who plays the curator is still alive and still playing the curator. His face was just licensed by. Ow. Supermassive. And I doubt they're going to stop using his face just because he died, because in it really, why would you not celebrate a man by continuing to use his face? It's like that idiocy they did on The Simpsons that baffled me so much. Doris Grau, right, was their, there we go, one of their voice directors. And she'd been a voice director for, like, forever. Like, since the 60s. She'd been working in television. And she had this super gravelly voice. And she played Lunch Lady Doris on the show. She also played Doris on The Critic, where most of the jokes about how old and close to death she was, so when she died right after The Critic ended, it was kind of yikes.
Yeah.
But, you know, they were all friends, and she found it funny. But, yes. So they're like, we're going to honor Doris Grau by removing the character she played from the show and making sure everyone forgets her. I'm like, I don't think you know what the word honor means.
But you appear to be in much better shape than myself.
Normally you name things after people you want to honor. You don't retire characters.
Like how they sort of briefly retired Rolf
Yeah.
when Jim Henson died, mostly because no one wanted to do Rolf.
Yeah.
Like they felt like it was, and like they were like, yeah, obviously he always did Kermit too, but like.
Well, I like that they tried to lie and say it was because
Yeah.
it was the character that was closest to his heart, because he first became famous doing those Jimmy Dean commercials as Rolf.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? You think the character that was closest to heart was not Kermit?
Yeah.
The one that A, is his actual speaking voice,
Yes.
and B, is named after his dead brother.
Yes.
I have a suspicion. I think Kermit might be the most important Muppet.
Yes. But they obviously couldn't
Oh,
retire.
well, I know,
Kermit.
but don't lie about it.
But then they brought they
That's
they
neat,
just let it
Conchetta.
rest for a few years and then brought
Rolf back.
back.
Just pretend they never did that.
which I was
I
fine
did
with
notice
because
that.
I love Rolf.
The other old folk call me Yuridara. I see you are brimming with questions. I might be able to satisfy your curiosity.
I would hope.
These are ancient relics,
I wonder
older
who
than you. They
Pip
used to
is in
grant
Doctor
protection
Who.
to those surrounding them.
You can just look it up.
I could,
Not a
but
sick
I'm lazy and
collecting
sick.
mold.
To answer your
rocks
question,
from a
Joanna,
bygone era.
I feel like
None of
crap,
them
but I'm
shines
here
bright.
and I'm happy
Oh.
to be on the stream.
Still
And
here?
I'm seriously thinking
I
about
will
getting
linger
up
a
and
while
getting a
more.
snack. And
Don't
maybe
like you
another
seem
cup of tea.
eager to explore
And,
this
you
cursed
know,
place.
I have to take
Just
my
make sure you
so
live
I
up to the
definitely
task.
go. But
Still
I'm
here?
under an
See?
electric blanket that's really delightfully warm right now, and I don't want to.
As well, you shouldn't.
I'm so torn.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to beat this game this week. It would be weird if I didn't. I love the vibe. The gameplay is solid. Honestly, I've been playing a lot of these top-down Souls-adjacent games. I'm going to beat Cat Custodian as well. The game about a Crypt Custodian as well. The game about a cat who becomes a custodian in the afterlife. That I also love. I beat the one where you play a crow who's a soul collector. It's a genre I'm really fond of because it's using Zelda Link to the Past vibes, but with fast action and a Metroidvania structure. And no, I'm not going to say a Souls-like structure because as we previously established, every Souls-like is a Metroidvania. We don't really need the word Souls-like. I'm real strict about this. More than I should be. Next up, as promised, we're going to load up the final version. That's Tomorrow Coffee. The final version of Somber Echoes. Oh, he was the headmaster in the one where he used the chameleon arch to pretend to not be Doctor Who. Boom. Yeah, I loaded up this game, and I'm like, are we back in the world of Hellpoint?
And so it came to be. Agrestia, the unstoppable, would walk these halls.
Yay. Is it called Hellpoint? Am I thinking of the right game?
After long years of absence.
Alright, I'm looking it up.
Harmonia.
Let's just say that anytime you go into outer space and there's a cathedral flying through outer space, it makes me super happy.
Fear and Nyx, those who opposed her side.
And you might say, well, is that... It was called Hellpoint. There you go.
And those who called her
Oh, I loved Hellpoint.
by duty bound, but also love.
And you might say, is that because you love Warhammer 40,000? And the answer is no.
Storms the
It's because I love the thing that the entire vibe of Warhammer 40,000 is based on. And if you can tell me what that is, you're going to win a prize, which is a video game code.
What was the question?
What movie is the entire vibe of Warhammer 40,000 based on?
decay and erosion.
I feel like I should know this.
You should.
Rest of her
First person to put that in the comments gets a prize.
and while she fell,
Oh, damn.
horrid screams of the
Aww, poor Adrestia.
The terminal fall came to an end.
Oh! So yeah, that's why anytime you see just a church floating around in space, I know I'm going to enjoy myself. Ow. I see, Khalifa. Yeah. Oh, cutie. Yeah, when we played this game's playtest, it wasn't even a demo. It was literally just we're testing the mechanics. What we had were impeccable vibes. Look at this game world. It is gorgeous. And there's energy water straight out of Tron.
Their
Ah.
fingers tightened in an
This
empty
was not the
place.
correct way to go.
The blade was missing from her side.
I noticed that. I was supposed to be scared off by the monster, but instead I jumped over his head. That was a mistake.
Groaning inside.
What exactly is it? Because I've played Hello Neighbor, and I've played Hello Neighbor 2. What is the dev game? Uh-oh. I bet she can. Alright, let's do it.
She had no recollection
Oh,
of this
I thought they were going to teach me how to do it just
how
then.
she even got
Here we go. There we go.
from hazy memory. Her sister's raging grief.
Do I not have a dive roll? It's weird that I don't have a dive roll. I'm sure I'll learn the dive roll soon. Damn, though.
A jarring contrast from before. This place was so familiar. A bustling marketplace on the Atromitos. She almost felt at home. This was a dream. That much
Oh,
was
and for the record, if you're guessing, it's not David Lynch's Dune. That's not what the entire vibe of
still a child.
Warhammer 40,000 is based on. Was there some inspiration from David Lynch's Dune? Sure.
Oh my god, David Lynch's Dune inspired so much. And I don't like it when people put it down. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
The director's cut is better.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, then you can't blame the director for things you don't like about the movie, especially if they're fixed in the director's cut.
Oh, yeah.
Do I understood that what's his name version of Dune is a better adaptation? Yes. Have I seen it? No.
Oh, yeah. It's good. I'm not saying it's not good. It's just, David Lynch's Dune is iconic.
Yeah.
Here, the Harmonia.
It looks amazing.
Just the horrific nature of vision means for the first time deciding a man. Oh, no. So you're having psychic flashbacks. It's okay to be thinking Dune. Because, yeah, you got to pick something that's before. It's not Alien either. It's obviously not Alien. Although, I mean, the Gene Stealers are just aliens. Like, they are just stolen from aliens. 100%. Nice. Oh, finally.
Around the weathered hill, her combat instincts writhed. If this forsaken place wanted to keep her as a prisoner.
Aww.
Her blade it would not taste.
Oh yeah, it's magnificent. I love me some David Lynch's Dune.
We all do.
And a lot of people love it. If you ever wondered, hey, I know that this isn't the question a lot of people ask, but you might have wondered in your life, hey, why is Brad Dourif in the movie, why is Brad Dourif, American actor, in the 100% British and New Zealand cast of the movie, Lord of the Rings? Because if you think about it, those movies, 100% British or New Zealand people. Except for Strider, who was a last-minute recast,
And Sean Astin,
and Sean Astin.
who
But
just
it's-
actively pursued that role.
Oh, yeah. He desperately wanted to be that character.
Wait, is
No,
it
no.
Elijah Wood?
Elijah Wood, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, like, all of the other, like, the minor characters are all just local hires and British people. So they went out of their way to fly Brad Dourif over. And the answer is, because Brad Dourif played that character in David Lynch's Dune.
Became of age.
Of course he's a good actor. He's one of the greatest actors. But he was specifically hired for that movie because he played that exact character in David Lynch's Dune. And obviously
An empty gaze. The old
Peter Jackson was a fan
as cold and thread of
of David Lynch's Dune. He's not an idiot.
So, here's my thing about the
Uh-oh.
Dune books.
Go.
I liked the Dune books at first.
Yeah.
They kind
They
of
get real weird
the
real
world
fast.
gets to be a slog just
Yeah.
because like there's so many of them.
Oh, yeah.
I stopped reading them pretty early on because I was
Ah.
like, I don't have time for this shit. And, you know, then you have to wait
Gotcha,
for a book to
you
come
cutie.
out to further the story, and like the world build is rather complicated, and there's so much shit to understand. So by the time the next book came out, you'd forgotten half of the world build
You
stuff.
should go easy on your voice. It's really starting to crumble.
I made a cup of tea.
All right. Make sure you put a bunch of honey in that.
So yeah, so like the world build stuff was just like a slog, and like a minor mention of a world build thing in one book, 5 books later would
It
be
was
a major
important,
plot
so yeah.
point, and you're like, wait, what?
You didn't know what you
What?
were supposed to remember.
Yeah.
The problem on Voyager was they copped out. They're like, because there's an actual problem with what do you do with a crazy guy you can't medicate on the ship? And the answer was he'll get killed off heroically because we don't want to have to deal with these issues.
I mean,
break
isn't that
rage.
just the formula for Voyager?
Yeah, they cop out. That's what they do. Whoa. I love this spider made of human bodies.
I mean, having I almost said Métis, Marquis, which, let's be
Maquis.
honest, Maquis. They are just the Métis.
Yeah, that's
But anyway,
what they're named after.
holy shit, I just realized that, and I feel dumb.
Hey, buddy.
Having them be half the crew, I was really interested in that as like a continuing storyline.
Yeah.
And they were just like, nope, they're all part of the crew. We're never going to talk about this again. And I'm like, but this is interesting.
Yep.
This
We
is
love
so
you, Chakotay.
interesting. Like it was so much more an interesting story that they just backed out of. Yes, so Dune books, yes. And then my other thing about Dune books
You
is
better run, egg.
what I always talk about as being, for my generation, the Goodfellas problem, and for younger generations, Quentin Tarantino
Oh,
problem,
totally enchanted.
which is the fans of that
Aw.
property tend to be toxic dude bros.
That's true.
And like even if you kind of like it and appreciate it, like for example when I was minoring in film, all of the guys that were like all of the people that were like super big fans of Goodfellas were always toxic exclusionary dude bros. So I'm like,
Aw.
I don't really like the movie Goodfellas and by extension Casino for that very reason, that the people that loved it the most are toxic. And the same goes for Quentin Tarantino.
She cursed her for revealing the truth of her premonitions with one breath, and with the next,
Uh-oh.
waited for Adrestia to stand. pulsing with anticipation. The voices pressed her onward.
I don't know if the salvation is within reach. I don't see any climbing things over there. Alright. Oh, sweetie. This cold is really hammering her. Luckily, I seem to be okay, so I can take care of her. What confused you? No! Who could have seen that coming? Doe.
As oblivion swept and closer drew, the smallest of sparks appeared, and when to a pulsing beacon it grew, the voices, hesitant, sounded once again. Immerse her light with the beacon of light, and use it to escape this place for good.
Okay.
Oh, sweetie.
I took my inhaler, and it's making me cough more temporary because it's clearing the lung congestion. Oh.
That was awesome.
Okay, I've returned to the sofa, y'all. And now I'm ensconcing myself in blankets.
Turns out that was all a psychic journey of self-discovery.
Me getting off the sofa?
Yes, obviously. What else would I be talking about? And now she's back in the real world. Ready to crush the F out of, I don't know, whoever's wearing that mask.
The light ever burning,
Wow.
the fear himself, the beginning of all, then spoke. Time was of the essence.
Oh no!
His gift, she could now climb the once glorious home.
Damn right.
Many an innocent soul had met its tragic end.
Really? Do
And many-
tell. What theory did you have that got broken by your playthrough?
And there's my map. See? Boom. We didn't have a map in the other place because she was just having a psychic journey of self-discovery, so it wasn't relevant. You can add nicknames to... Oh my god, they're letting you label the map. Yes! You should always be able to label maps. Manifest lanterns in any location. Charge or ether core landing the ground. Ether lantern. Okay. And with that, and press that to... Okay. Hell yes. In case you're wondering, this is what crushing it looks like. Oh, whoops, wrong button. There we go. Ooh, how do we get in there? By going up. Okay, I really thought that was something... Oh, it's something I have to smash. Why? What did I accomplish by smashing that thing? You know, we'll find out later. Alright. I assume there's no fall damage, even though she was literally killed in a fall before being resurrected by a psychic journey of self-discovery. Ooh, part of the map is already open. That's interesting. Gotcha. Oh my god, this game is gorgeous. So we're getting like currency? Oh, eventually I'll get multiple charges. Nice. Oh. Yeah, that's definitely an issue. It's almost like it would be a better game if there were actually, you know, a bunch of people going through this and not just a fractured psyche. It's almost like that.
Hoguru here.
Am I still harping
has
on this?
Issues with
Everyone knows that. I famously have issues with it. Having issues with it is what bought me a PlayStation 5. I had a very popular video explaining what's wrong with that game. And this is back when you could make money at YouTube. It's a gorgeous game. The playtest was, like, incredible. And now that we're playing the actual game, it looks amazing. Music is good. Like, everything about Somber echoes. Firing all cylinders. The gameplay is also fantastic. Wonderful platforming. Great combat. Like, there's nothing to complain about here. Yet. Obviously, I haven't played the whole game. Ah, interesting. Again, I will say 100% Megan's ghost is real, and I made a video explaining the proof of that, which is inarguable. No! No! She's gonna stop falling down that chasm. Or indeed, a chasm. Oh, poor Adrestia. Thank you. See, this time she had a loop ability. Loop ability? Leap ability. She could use to stop herself from plummeting. Oh my god, look at how great that thing is.
Goddess of the night,
Ooh.
offered the stone direction. To reach the old path
Oh.
once more. Through the forsaken vessel, she had to death. The gift of Nyx had been bestowed. It clad her in
I mean, that can work enchanted.
But it, alone, was not enough to see her through this mission.
I mean, that does work. It absolutely works.
Wasn't there like a hidden ending or something that confirms the ghost theory?
Well, I mean, I feel it confirms it. There is disagreement, but I'm objectively correct. Ow! Okay, don't touch the force field. But there are people who will disagree with that. Oh. Save point?
Like, I really wish Voyager had
Good question.
you know, done more with the Maquis and also like loosen Janeway up. Like, she kind of loosens up, but I felt like there could have been more done with like a strict Starfleet officer having a Maquis like as her second in command. Like, I just thought it could have been more interesting.
Totes. I checked out of that show the minute she refused to let Q send them home.
Yup.
She's like, no, I want to do this the right way. I hope all of the crew members you got killed are fine with that. Oh, well, she ended up stopping a Borg invasion. Great. Q could have also helped with that. Q owed her. He wasn't doing it out of the kindness of his heart.
And like, here's my thing. They underused all the most interesting characters, and I resented the inclusion of 7 of 9.
Mm-hmm.
Do I really like Jerry Ryan? Yes. But
That makes sense,
her
Enchanted.
character was clearly introduced as a sex symbol, which I had issues with.
Oh, don't touch the blue stuff either. Now I understand. So you can't touch the red stuff or the blue stuff.
It's like how Enterprise lost me when they had their sexy decontamination shower.
Jesus.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, it's in the first episode.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers that.
And that's right. It lost me on the first episode. I kept watching a bit, but I was like, ooh.
What the hell?
And apparently it got good, but I fully stopped watching by then.
What I need is a double jump. That would help.
Exactly. And that's why, like, when people would argue with me back in the day about her not being
Whew,
like,
what the hell? Oh, I see.
a sexualized character,
Have
I
you
was
seen
like,
the show?
have you listened to interviews with the actress complaining about the costumes?
Oh.
Okay, we're good now, right?
Oh my god.
Like,
No, totes.
if an objectively super attractive person is like, oh my god, these costumes are torture and god, I miss food, maybe you need to, like, think about that? Like, this is Star Trek, guys.
Fun fact, Jerry Ryan,
Yeah.
a lot of why Barack Obama became president.
I am so curious as to
Her husband was a Chicago politician and a big, kind of a bigwig. And there was a big scandal about him trying to force her to go to swingers clubs. And she, divorced him because he was a creep, wanted her to go to swingers clubs. And so the Democratic Party desperately needed someone else to run for that Senate seat. And the guy they found was Barack Obama.
Oh.
And that's why Barack Obama, Jerry Ryan is 100% responsible for Barack Obama getting a Senate seat. And you can say 100%? Yeah, it's Illinois. The Democrat was going to win that seat no matter what. And she forced them to choose somebody else, and the guy they chose was Barack Obama. Oh, I know. He did a lot of worse stuff to her than that. I'm saying that was the big scandal that got him to have to drop out of the race.
And, like,
He was terrible. Like,
if
her
anyone
husband was
on
a
the channel
nightmare.
enjoys swinger clubs, respect, nothing wrong with them as long as everybody's okay with it.
Yes, the whole point was that she was not okay. Yeah, he was a monster. And unfortunately, because she's famous, under that name, she still has to use her married name. It's one of the problems and why women shouldn't be taking their husband's name. Because what if he's a scum? What if you become famous and have to keep using this scumbag's name? Hey, Snake, what's up? I have 99 out of 150 shards. At least now I know about the
It's
shards.
the thing that's always fascinated me about Quebec.
Ooh, Gladius
Like,
enhancements.
the province of Quebec is very Catholic, very Christian, often
Oh, nice.
committing human rights or trying to commit human rights violations with laws that are very religious. But one of the things in Quebec, and you wouldn't expect this given, the Catholicism and all that, I just warmed up, is the fact that women in Quebec keep their married name.
Awesome,
maiden name.
Snake. Congratulations and happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday! Oh, and it's the year of the snake.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah. So, like, in Quebec, you have to go by your maiden name, which, when it's such a
There you go, Conchanted.
Catholic
Okay.
state, I find that very interesting, and I wonder about the origins of it. I should research that one.
Totes.
But to the point that, like, my aunt, when she moved to Quebec, had to change her name back
And
to
go
her
back,
maiden
yeah.
name after, like, I don't know how many years of marriage, 30 years of marriage, and going by a different name, and I find it fascinating.
I mean, I literally think it's just, administrative state nonsense. Boom!
Quite possibly, but I've always found that interesting.
It is interesting.
And, like, if you choose to take someone else's name, great. I even know men that have done it. Totally fine. That, people have hyphenated or combined both of their last names to create a new last name. I'm like, this is my name and I'm not changing it.
Oh.
The equilibrium of Estia needed to restore.
That's always been my
The
opinion.
savior of the cosmos.
So I gotta destroy this evil mold. Done and done. And I mean done.
Which I respect, KN. Like, a lot of people do that. I've always been. I remember when my grandfather pressed me on it, and he was like, seriously? You're never going to change your name? And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe if it's shorter and easier to spell.
120. That's weird.
Was my joke. And I was like, I find it really funny that the person I ended up with has a longer and harder to spell last name.
I'm crushing it, people.
Which, I mean, in length of last names, we both have long last names.
Famously.
I was talking to someone who didn't know your last name, and they're like, what about hyphenation? And I was like, let me tell you what the hyphenation
83
would
letters.
be.
Yeah.
And I told them, and they were like, oh my god, no. And I was like, yeah, no.
I just murdered a guy with a flamethrower. That was awesome.
I just feel like my last name is my last name.
That's true. And no one's questioning you on that. That
Tea
dude had
is
a
good, y'all.
flamethrower. That's so awesome. See, the first time I was in this area in the demo, I thought you could jump on those nodules of goop, but you can't. And you can't use fire to destroy them either. Oh, great, this guy. Sorry, pal. Alright. Done and done. Oh, your birthdays are that close together? Neat.
In my family, most of the birthdays start in February and just go all the way through to May.
Yeah?
Like there's I think I have one cousin
Oh.
in summer with a summer birthday, and that's it. Like everybody else is, and then there's a few in November, but the majority of us are all within a few months of one another.
Yep. Well, and that's the thing. That's why I've always said that if you want to use the name socially, a married name socially, it's fine. But don't change the name on your credit cards and licenses and everything. You're just creating a hassle for yourself. You can use whatever name you want socially and professionally, but on your ID, it should be your birth name just for the ease.
And again, I totally respect people that
Good night,
choose to
sweet
do
prince.
it. Just like I don't plan to get married, like actually legally married, but I respect other people that do it. Like it's
Nothing wrong with them.
I love
They're
other people's
weird,
weddings,
but there's nothing wrong with them.
and I'm strangely good at planning them.
Huh. What? Damn it! I want that halberd. Or maybe spear? Kirky. That is definitely not how you say that word. Yeah, but I've been noticing a lot of weird pronunciations because this was made by people who don't know how to pronounce Greek things, even though they are, in fact,
And I'm constantly
the whole
dealing
game
with
is Greek
women
themed.
picking up orders, and like the orders are always sorted by last name. So trying to find their order, coming back, telling them we don't have it, and then them being like, "Oh, try this name instead." And I'm always like,
Well, technically, anybody can change their name to whatever they want legally anytime they want.
Yeah.
It's just a cultural thing.
like I said,
Ooh, a
I
Nyx
know
fragment.
of some people that have like changed their last names
Nice.
upon getting married to like an amalgamation of both last names, and I always thought that was kind of cool.
It was very cute.
Yeah.
It was a lair. The figures.
Like there are definitely good reasons to do it.
She was a
Um,
benevolent soul with a gentle heart.
One of the couples I know that did that because they really didn't,
Oh.
have good connections to either of their actual families, so they thought it was like a fresh start thing, starting off with a new name,
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, everybody. Ooh. Oh. So the cinder to the flamethrower dudes who I have to execute.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
I believe in Canada it's easier. You're right that it's not always easy
Oof.
for husbands to take the wife's last name.
That's terrible
But-
coffee.
In like some countries, it's much easier to do.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, there's a lot of paperwork in changing your IDs and your names and stuff, and it takes for bloody ever. But
What the hell?
it is
Killer
just
eyeballs,
as-
everybody.
almost as easy to change the husband's name as the wife's name here. The paperwork takes for bloody ever, though.
That's true, Enchanted. I mean, hell, Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance, changed his name 3 times.
Yo.
He's on his, 4th name. Almost like he was trying to stay ahead of the law.
And I don't know about America, but in Canada, the paperwork to change your first name takes for bloody well ever. I think it took one of my friends
Booyah.
3 years to change her name. I know someone who hasn't changed their legal first name yet, and like had to explain to someone else that knows them.
No.
Because a form was
Of course.
dead naming them at work. That like how
Oh,
long
nice,
that
Snake.
process takes. So not just, you fill out a document and you're done.
Oh, damn it. Can I crawl through here? Yes, I can.
The sense is done. She gazed at her surroundings. The city that once proud of her stone
Okay.
was now reduced to rubble.
That is true, KN.
To the statue of Harmonia his gaze affixed.
That is
The
very
man
true.
seemed lost in thought.
Oh,
But as Adresta
good, sorry.
approached,
Oh.
he turned to face her.
Ah! She's got monster hair.
Josephus stood
And I think part of the reason it took
Hey,
my friend
Hephaestus. Nice.
longer was because
His
she was
engineering
also,
skills and
of course,
knowledge
changing
were
the
famous far and wide.
legal gender on her ID as well.
The ship could still be saved if all the
But
pieces of
still,
the
it's a
ship
long
Yeah, of course. No. If you found a necklace, of course that would save the ship. That's just common sense. I mean, sure, coffee, but this is an anti-cop channel, and if people can't deal with that, that's on them. We're not in favor of cops here. And you may ask, why are you not in favor of cops? Because ICE are cops. There. You know?
Oh my God, Roy Wood Jr.
Yeah.
was on some kind of podcast and had a bit about
nice.
a bad cop interaction.
Yeah.
Sorry, a good cop interaction.
Oh, nice.
He's like, here's the story about this amazing, interaction with a police officer that pulled me over. That was
Right.
just like a good story.
Ooh.
Like, yes, I had been drinking. Yes, he could have thrown me in jail because, I had a record.
Oh,
Yes, he could have
damn,
done all
Sheldon.
this. He took my keys
Child, that's crazy.
and made me walk to the hotel I was staying at when it was 2 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm sure that's below freezing, but I don't know what that temperature
It's
is.
very far below freezing.
Yeah. And
Zero
he's
is like minus
I
28.
hated it. He brought my keys back to the hotel for me.
Yeah.
And he's like, I never drank and drove again. I totally learned my lesson, and that is a good cop interaction. And I feel like I'm saying I saw a UFO by saying this
Yeah.
as a black man.
It's true.
And, it's this hilarious bit where he's like, once.
He's not a cop coffee. It's that we were talking the truth about cops, and he decided he couldn't be around.
Well, his girlfriend / wife is. I don't know if they're married. That's why I said
Yeah,
girlfriend.
but that's my point.
Spouse is the word I'm looking for. And I get it. I do. I get defending the people.
No, I'm not Snake, because Americans aren't very stupid, and trying to attack Canada would be a very stupid thing to do. I mean, Americans, Trump is very stupid, but, the American government isn't going to try to do that, something that dumb.
Yes, Can. Usually, I don't know if you're referring to me. I was not here for that final conversation. Usually, I try to change the subject because, as much as I agree with Hoguru, I was trying to, placate everybody. So yeah, I missed that one. And don't get me wrong, I agree with Hoguru here. A number of times we have been the people being like, oh, let's stand here and be the white folks witnessing something so stuff doesn't get out of control.
All right.
Even where we live.
So what you got to remember is, in the movie Terminator 2, the evil Terminator is a cop, right? And when James Cameron was asked, hey, why is the evil Terminator a cop in Terminator 2? And he's like, because in order to be a cop, you have to you have to consider yourself as above other people, right? And you have to consider them sub-people who you want to control. And you can't do that while retaining your humanity. So there's no real difference between being a cop and being a Terminator. So James Cameron knows where it's at, is the important thing.
Yeah. Yes, Canada should stick with being Canada. Pretty much all of Canada agrees, so don't really worry about that.
Yeah. No, the only real dum
Also,
dums.
like, he just wants our resources.
He wants to steal our resources.
Yes, and
He
how do
loves
I say
stealing
this
resources. Build
without
bug
realizing
blasters.
how expensive
Energy
Canada
source.
is to run.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
Because, like, this was a conversation I had with my mother the other day. As we were talking about the post office, and she was talking about how she was reading an article where privatizing of post office has actually worked in some countries. And I was like, yeah, I read that article, and it was interesting. But here's the thing that article missed, because I read a subsequent article where it was like, yes, all of those examples you gave are tiny European countries.
Yep, that are like 15 feet wide.
The problem with privatizing our post office services in Canada is we're gigantic, and there would be areas that cannot get service, and that's a problem.
Gust at the tower switch to start charging
Canada
Central
is
Tower.
too big. And also, as you know, a Canadian, we always have to point out the last time America tried to invade us, we burnt down the White House, or
Well,
at least part of the White House.
What you got to remember is America has only won 2 wars, and one of them was against America. And you can't say the Revolutionary War because they weren't America yet. But if you want to, they've won 3 wars. America mostly loses wars.
Yeah.
It's what they're known for.
I'm pretty sure they say they won World War II.
Okay, we can give them that, but they didn't win World War One. They showed up when it was already over.
They essentially showed up. They just
No, they helped win World War.
they helped.
Yeah.
They sped up the
Oh, yeah.
victory by a few years.
Oh yeah. Well, no, Japan was all on them. Nobody else was fighting Japan. It's the Europe that they sped
That's
up.
true.
No, nobody else was
then-
fighting Japan.
But there's that whole thing where Americans always say to British folks, "Oh, we saved your butts in World War II," and I'm like, "No, you didn't."
Oh my God! I'm brushing them closer to the gun so they get hit. That's so cute.
Oh, you don't know about the War
Oh,
of
wow.
1812? Yeah, American history books frame it as the British invaded, but no, it was Canada.
Yeah.
So what happened was America tried to invade. I'm going to really summarize this.
Yeah.
There's a whole Laura Secord story in there that's really amusing, where she warned about the Americans coming, which is hilarious because now there's a chocolate company.
They
named
celebrate
after
her via chocolate. It's fantastic. This is so cute.
They're not that good anymore. They kind of suck.
No, their chocolate has really gone down in quality.
Yeah. But and there's a lot of really good stories about First
Ooh.
Nations, or as y'all say, Native Americans, helping out in the War of 1812 because they did not want anything to do with the Americans.
Well, they saw how people were being treated down there.
Yeah. As much as Canada has its own atrocities. Whew. So, yes, they tried to invade, and Canada fought back so much that we invaded y'all, which if you look at a map and look at the Quebec portion of Canada and notice the St. Lawrence River is no longer the border, and there's a whole chunk of land that's part of Quebec that technically should be part of America, that would be because of the War of
All
1812.
sanity, all sanity would suggest that the border between America and Canada should be the St. Lawrence Seaway. But
Which
it's
it
not.
is.
We own the entirety. After Quebec starts, we own the entirety of the St. Lawrence Seaway because of how badly America lost the War
So
of
we
1812.
fought back so hard, we went all the way to Washington and actually captured and burned down part of the White House.
No, the White House just wasn't there. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It burned down the whole White
Yeah,
House.
there was like a frame left. There are pictures.
Kind of.
And we were captured their capital, y'all's capital, and then England, which was involved with the
Napoleonic Wars.
the Napoleonic Wars, was like, wait, what did you do?
Yeah.
No,
Give it back.
give it back. We don't have time to fight another war. And Canada was like, but we basically already won this. And they were like, give it back. We don't want to deal with America anymore. Jesus.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
And told us to give it back. That's why we backed off.
Ooh. That was really cute. Oh my God, that was cute. All right, let's try it. Right, how do I pick them up? Oh, nice.
I mean,
Right.
that's even true in Canada, although less so about
What?
the like. Well, it is true of the political leanings, but like, there's different curriculum in different areas. Like, Hoguru and I went to school in the same province, an hour and a half away from one another, and our education is completely different. Like because he was in the capital city and went to school in an area where a lot of influential people went to school in.
I can't believe how cute
When
this
the
is.
government of Ontario cut back spending in education to like arts programs, his art programs didn't get canceled. They made a special amendment. I don't know. To keep it in schools in
What?
certain areas in Ottawa and Toronto where influential people went. So like
Ooh.
you still had arts funding, whereas my school had to fund its own arts programs because they canceled all the funding. So we literally did paid performances. Like people had to buy tickets to our performances, and we did paid performances.
I was going to.
We actually we had a culinary arts section in our school as well, and we teamed up with them to do paid dinner theater tickets. The food was actually quite amazing for like not just for students, actually pretty good. And yeah, we did paid performances to pay for our own.
So cute.
And we did some fundraising, but mostly it was just paid performances to pay for our own arts
That makes
programs.
sense. Alright. A new soul route. Oh.
Sounds good, Snake. Yes. So
How do you
even here we
demolish?
have differences even in the books we get like studied.
Oh.
There are certain books, like I was telling Hoguru here, that nowhere in my curriculum did I ever have to do the book 1984. And I'm an English literature major.
Right.
Never did the book, I never did Crystalids. I
Yes.
read 1984 because it's referenced so much, but yeah, never showed up on my curriculum. There's so much that I never did. Everybody in Ottawa did The Merchant of Venice. Never did The Merchant of Venice. I've
There you
read
go.
it, but I never did The Merchant of Venice. Well, no, I should correct myself. I've read bits of it, but I've seen it performed.
There you go.
I had an amazing English teacher. It wasn't part of the curriculum. He just taught us this. That the way you should introduce Shakespeare, who honestly believe the way you need to introduce Shakespeare is to watch a performance, because then students wouldn't be alienated. And he always started with the comedies instead of the tragedies, because he was like, you'll get more of the language and not feel lost if you watch it performed, because you can infer what they mean. And the comedies are more engaging because there's lots of dirty jokes.
Alright, let's do it.
He was an amazing
did.
teacher.
Alright. Yeah, let's build an extra
He was
cannon
not
here,
only
why
an
not?
amazing teacher, he was also just a really interesting guy. He had to have been super old when he was my teacher, but he didn't look his age. He had, before World War II, worked in like engineering and mines and dealt with like diamond rigs. Like he had all these weird specialties, and like he was teaching himself like programming languages in the 90s because he always wanted to be up on technology. He had written a bunch of books. Like he's just
Alright, let's
a
go start the
really
wave.
interesting person who was a great teacher.
It really is Enchanted. It really is. Oh, what's this? Oh, we already covered that. Oh,
Is it
you wanted me to
strange
rebuild?
that I
didn't.
disagree? Again, by having that approach, watching the performances first, and starting with the comedies, and just again teaching kids about the dirty jokes, everybody was engaged,
Alright,
and
where are
it
these
made it really
peepers?
easy to learn. I never found
Where's my
Shakespeare
map?
difficult to delve into because of that approach. So, like, yes, in university I did a Shakespeare course or three.
Oh
Because,
no!
English literature major. But often instead of reading a play I hadn't encountered before, I would go and find a taped performance of that play.
Peepers! Oh crap! This is bad.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like only that teacher ever did that, and everyone else I've ever talked to is like, huh, that sounds like way more engaging. And I'm like, yeah. Like the whole idea that they introduced years later of having like a modern English language play for everybody to read as their first introduction to Shakespeare. I'm like, but that doesn't teach you about Shakespeare. It's the rhythm of it, it's the way the language sounds, it's again the dirty jokes, it's the inferences. Like, and you get all of that by watching the performance first. So I would highly recommend to anybody if you're like if you have to take Shakespeare in school and they've assigned you like a Shakespeare play to read. I'm not saying don't read it. I'm saying go out and find like a recorded performance of that play. Watch that first. And you're going to find you do so much better with it.
Whereas I'm saying do not read it.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to afterwards, but yeah, watching that is the way Shakespeare is meant to be. What's the word I'm looking for?
Interacted with.
Interacted with. Not the word I was looking for, but the similar episode. Yay.
Alright, let's do this. Where's my map? Alright, so, I got 2 waves coming here.
The sonnets, definitely read those. Those you can read. Because they were meant to be read.
Okay. I will take all your souls.
Whereas
you are my souls.
2 properties I hate the most that I had to study multiple times. Can you guess them?
How could I possibly?
You've heard me rant about both of these properties. Heart of Darkness.
Right.
Portrait of an Artist.
Yeah, there you go.
Despise them.
Okay, so I place you here.
It's like when I met people when I was in film school and people were fans of Apocalypse Now, and they were like, "Oh, but it's based on Heart of Darkness," and I'm like, "You're not selling me on this."
Aww. Okay, let's make sure it's hitting the whole thing. Alright.
True. I like Shakespeare, I despise Romeo and Juliet.
Perfect.
Although I did actually watch the Romeo and Juliet movie in school. No, not that one. The one no one should watch. That is actually an excellent adaptation. It's a great adaptation of Romeo and Juliet.
Probably too many naked children in it.
But there's some problems with that.
She will look at the recommendation. I can't promise she'll watch it. I can promise she'll check the recommendation.
Her brain's not been working.
She's not capable of thinking right now. And that's the nicest way to describe how khaki-wampus her brain has become. You were just tired.
Oh my god.
Alright, Deadeye Tower. 1, 2.
I'm so glad, Can. Romeo and Juliet should never be used to introduce people to Shakespeare.
What are these bricks about?
Start with the comedies, not the tragedies.
Oh, weird. Alright. No, I should finish Wild Mains. Thank you for reminding me. There we go.
Possibly the greatest alchemist of all time. I will have to check this out, Coffee.
Ah! Better than that Full Metal Alchemist? Probably not, but who could be? Alright, I got a good feeling about this.
Shakespeare's less than Dumas. Oh.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah. I've always liked...
People love 20 years later.
12th Night and A Comedy of Errors. Yes, there's a subtext there.
Alright.
And when it comes to, like, the tragedies, I feel like still never start with Romeo and Juliet. I think Macbeth
What the hell
What's
was
the other
that?
M one? Macbeth and
Measure for Measure?
no, the one with Mel Gibson and then Kenneth Branagh.
Hamlet?
Hamlet.
It's not an M1.
I know. I prefer Macbeth over Hamlet.
Well, that's fair.
See how my brain's broken, y'all?
Oh, yeah.
Macbeth is a great tragedy to start with. That is, for some reason, massively influenced culture and storytelling and is referenced all the time, but no one realizes it because no one studies that one. And Othello. Othello's great.
Oh, yeah, everybody loves Othello.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a fantastic play.
Yeah. It's so scary, and I love Macbeth.
Oh, no!
There's a heads on spikes.
Uh-oh.
Like, that shit is real.
Never
But I
touch
think,
the scotch, people.
If you're trying to get people interested in the tragedies, going with a gory, violent one is a great way to start.
Oh, yeah.
For people that like that kind of storytelling, like, that's going to capture your, you know what I mean?
Peepers! Alright, so I gotta go down there to get peepers. Not a problem. You guys keep crushing it. I'm gonna get these peepers. Nope, that was the wrong way to go.
Yeah, go for a coffee.
Alright. You okay?
Yeah, I warmed up.
Finally.
I know, but now I'm hot.
That's fair.
I boiled myself under an electric blanket. I'm pretty sure my electric blanket on its maximum setting could cook food.
I mean, if it can't, it's not a very electric blanket.
It gets way too hot. When I told him what setting I had it on, he's like, you never put it on that setting. I'm like, yeah, I know, I was cold.
Well, no, what I said was I didn't know it had that setting.
It goes higher.
There you go.
I can understand that.
No.
I can totally understand that because it's a really, yeah. But I'm saying for people that like that kind of storytelling, showing
Crushing
them,
it.
like, if you like Hannibal, you'll like Macbeth, right?
Yeah.
Like, there, and I think that's an interesting thing to introduce people to.
Honestly, it's really cute. I think it's just a good game. I'm interested to see what the full game looks like. This thing is classy as hell.
Well, yes, it is. Just
Very
Lion
well
King.
made.
It is just 100% Lion King.
Yeah.
Taming of a Shrew is a good one, too.
Oh, Taming the Shrew is fun.
Well, you can just watch, 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah. No, all right. She's going to keep talking. I got to hook up my Xbox. Be right back.
He's hooking up the Xbox.
Ah, and now I'm just dropping things. As science will allow. My legs definitely work, everybody. That was the sound of legs not working. Ugh.
It truly was.
Ugh.
He's lying to y'all. Yeah. Yes, and I do agree that Hamlet's more accessible. I do highly recommend, if you want to watch a good movie version, totally watch Kenneth Branagh's, which is way too long and actually had to have an intermission in the theater.
Well,
it's such a
got
long
all
movie.
the political stuff that they cut out of most productions.
Back
Let's
when...
just say Fortinbras is not normally an important character in
No.
productions of Hamlet.
But back when Kenneth Branagh used to make good movies before he, I don't know, became an awful guy, cheated on his wife, and started
People
making
mostly only
shit
know him
movies.
from the game Onimusha, which is weird, but true.
Really?
Yeah. Fortinbras? Yeah. Not a popular character in the Shakespearean canon. Oh.
Yeah, good adaptation.
Uh-oh.
Also, Kenneth Branagh's...
that's not a good sign.
God, what's the... Why am I blanking on the name of the Shakespeare play?
No idea.
With Keanu Reeves and Denzel Washington.
Much Ado About Nothing.
Much Ado About Nothing is actually very good.
Oh, yeah. It's a great production of it.
It's great.
And
And then if you really want to get involved in Kenneth Branagh's oeuvre... Huh? See what I did there?
Wevra, but yes.
Oh, shut up. Totally check out the movie Not dead to me. Dead to me?
Dead again.
Dead Again. It's a fantastic movie and highly underrated.
We got a little bit of snow.
So a fan. Yeah, we do have snow today. It's actually snowing quite a bit. And if it stops, it's going to snow more this afternoon. And it's also bitterly cold. Sorry if I sound far away. He keeps moving the mic away from me.
Controller power plug was loose.
Coffee says we never gave Coffee a review about my next life as a villainess.
I will have to do that, Coffee.
You will
when
do
I've
that,
gotten
Coffee.
further into the show.
I don't think Coffee can hear you from that far away.
You just told him. Xbox. It's doing the loading screen thing because it's unplugged.
Snake, if I
It
wasn't
wasn't.
horribly ill right now, I would still be outside enjoying the snow. And I might still go outside. It's fabulous out. I don't know what you're talking about. I love winter.
Yeah, snow's the best. So while it's loading, I got to install a game, obviously. Oof. That one's,
You
that
did
one's on
hear
me.
him. Wow, good mic.
It's a great mic. I always say that. So, what we're going to be playing today, we need to announce this so people will know. We played a game a year and a half ago. Wow. Literally a year and a half ago, called 911 Cannibal, which is a game about a kid who gets trapped in a cage by a cannibal.
Christ.
Who wears a
Sounds
pig
horrible.
mask. It's creepy. We played it because they released it on Switch. So we played it on Switch and on PC. And weirdly, the PC version was different and better than the Switch version. Because it turns out the Switch version is just a version of the mobile game. So it was a little less effective. But they came up with a sequel called 911 Prey. As you'll see here.
It says 911 Cannibal.
As you'll see here.
I see.
You're not good at listening.
I know I'm not.
That's what I always say about you. Wait. Okay. Is it not plugged into the internet? Hold on, everybody. It may have been unplugged from the internet. It'll take me a second to plug it into the internet. Anyway, 911 Prey. Jesus. That is a sequel to 911 Cannibal. And it came out a while ago on PC. I missed it. I didn't realize it existed. That one's on me. But in order to promote its release on Xbox and Switch, they were sending out codes. I liked the original, so I thought, hey, let's see if they want us to play it. And they did, so they've sent over a code, and now we are going to be playing it. All right. Where would this cable have ended up? Wait.
Are you oh-mying the game or my love
Yeah.
of winter?
Now the fun
Snake.
part.
I'm just curious. Also, this is getting ridiculous.
Winter is the only good month. Sorry, season.
Winter is the only good season.
There's only one good season. It's called winter. And it's amazing.
And the only good thing about summer is we get to swim outside.
Yeah.
What if your prediction is right? Let me see your thingy.
Ew.
Your post. Your post. You knew what I meant.
I didn't. That's why I went, ugh. 911 Prey. All right.
Interesting coffee.
Apparently I left my Xbox unplugged from the internet for a while because I had to use the cable to put a bunch of games on my PlayStation 3.
Ah.
My console will restart during the update, which is not ideal. So we're going to load up something else while we wait. Anyway, long story short, I'm always looking for something to play while I'm on the exercise bike. And this week it has been Airship's Lost Flotilla, which we literally just played for the first time on Wednesday. And in the 3 days since, I have unlocked everything in the game.
Okay, I need to describe...
That's how good this game
I
is.
need to describe everything to y'all. So right now, he has a computer monitor in front of him, a second one further over that is the TV. He has a giant microphone. He has a laptop open. He has headphones on that laptop. He has a keyboard on his lap, a mouse at his left hand, an Xbox controller on his right leg, and in his hands he has a computer controller.
Yeah. The question is, who knows how to live more than I do? And the answer is nobody.
Ridiculous.
Boom, ornithopter, bitches. It's a dragonfly that I can fly. Although it does need a better weapon. These, like, grenades are not great. Oh, sweetie. Whoa. I need, like, a flamethrower machine gun to work this thing. But yeah, I cannot say enough good things about this game. It is magnificent in every way. I love the world, I love the monsters, I love the control, the upgrade tree, all the various creatures. There was a puzzle for me to decode to find a certain upgrade that I had to unlock. I mean, anything you can do to engage me with a game, this game did. And also, just the gameplay itself is solid gold. Alright, Hussar rifle sounds nice. Gunnery officer to fire faster. I'll buy next time. I definitely want better scrap value next time. Probably should have bought that first. Flak gun. If I sell the grenades, can I afford... I can just afford it right now. Sorry, grenades. You're not where it's at. Alright, let's do this. Collect fungus for a starving village or fight very hard pirates. Oh, that's not a hard decision. Okay, that was the wrong account. There we go. Oh my god, I am making mincemeat out of these guys. You might be like, why is he playing on easy? Because I've already beaten the game on medium and I'm not ready to face it on hard. Are you kidding? I gotta put in my password. Alright, long story short, I changed my passwords and I have to put it in. Do I remember why I changed my password? No, probably because they demanded it. Anyway, my password is password, but I've replaced 2 of the letters with something weird. And you'll never be able to figure out what the 2 things that I've replaced with something weird are, so I'm not worried that you're going to be able to guess my password. But yes, my password is the word password, but with 2 of the letters, I'm not telling you which ones, replaced with weird things. Maybe it's just another letter. Maybe it's a symbol. Who knows? I'll never tell. Or will I? I won't, because then you would know my password, which again is the word password. But, you know, altered in intriguing ways. Alright, I'm logged in. Full library. 911 Prey. Download. Should we have handled this before the stream started? Yes. I apologize for wasting everyone's time. There we go. Boom. In case you're wondering, this is what crushing it looks like. Seriously, I will show you the unlock screen in a minute, and you will be shocked by the amount of the game I have unlocked, to the point where it's like, I don't know. I really don't know if there's anything left to get. It's so good. Most of them you unlock just by killing monsters, but some you have to beat the game in a specific way to unlock. Alright, so, pause. So, as you can see, anything with a full Erlenmeyer flask beside it is something that I have unlocked completely. You might say, what about mechanical monsters? That's not actually a thing you have to unlock. But under the picture, you see a code. So that's left, circle, left half circle, right, left, the letter I call E. So it's left half circle, right, left, E. Left half circle, right, left, E. So I go left, half circle, right. Oh, wait, which right was it? Oh, there's two rights. There's an R and then there's a right. That's my bad, everybody. Left, and the one I call E. And it was the wrong right. So it's... Let's check her again. So you go to mechanical monsters. So it's left, half circle, right, not R. Left, E. So it's left, half circle, right, that's R, that's right, left, E. And it takes you to a different page. See, win with a repair speed of at least once every 4 seconds. That's the one I haven't completed. But here's the thing. Let's say you're not good at the game. What you can do is, you can research in background, and it'll take 24 hours to defeat it. It's real cool. Alright, secret codes. So right now, my 9 seconds for every 5 scrap. Ouch. Boop. Would it be possible to get my repair up that high? Maybe. It's tough to do, and you have to make sacrifices. I may do it today while I'm riding on the bike, ergo making my timing irrelevant. Fun fact, so some of them, like I said, involve killing lots of dudes. So they're like, to find out about the clockwork wasps, you have to kill 200 clockwork wasps. So you could set it to figure it out over time, like I just did for that other one. But, and here's the fun part, if you decide to keep killing clockwork wasps, it'll speed up the amount of time you have to wait before that completes. Whoa. Yeah, Ornithopter is fantastic because he's unbelievably fast. It's like the copter. There's also a copter in addition to the Ornithopter. Both of them are fantastic. Ornithopters, of course, prominently featured in the Dune movie and books. They get left out of some adaptations because people think they look goofy. And I say, nuts to that. We want our ornithopters. You're a coward if you don't put ornithopters in your Dune adaptation. Minus 15% repair speed. No thank you. Gyro deck gun? Hell yes. I definitely want a gyro stabilized deck gun. Alright, is it done downloading? Let's check. It is done downloading. Alright, we'll do one more map, then we'll start 911 Prey. Oh, it's fungus again. Nice. You should. I really liked Ultra Despair Girls. It's got some really evil children in it. And I know what you're saying. Doesn't every Danganronpa game have a bunch of evil children in it? Yeah, but these children are like supervillains in a very entertaining way. Oh, okay. Well, you'll have to wait to play it then. I didn't know it was only available on PlayStation. I guess I thought it was on PC as well. Weird that it's not on Switch. There's no way Switch wouldn't be able to play that game. It is not a complicated game. If it's on PS4, there's a good chance Switch can play it. Especially if it's not, 3D graphics intensive. So hopefully everyone is excited for the Switch too. I know I am. Am I mostly excited for the Switch too because there's definitely going to be a new Mario game? Yes, that is mostly why I'm excited. I love new Mario games, so obviously I'm very excited. Okay, more scrap value, please. Boop. Okay, I am going to stop playing this now. It's hard to stop playing this because, again, I can't stress enough what an incredible game this is. But they have done it's a masterpiece, this thing. Boop. But now, another masterpiece, he said, not knowing whether he could back that up with science. Well, it comes from China, Enchanted, and it is imported by Nintendo of Canada. So yeah, like, the Nintendo Switch is not an American product. It's a Japanese product made in China. So if America puts tariffs on Japan, and it's a real question for America's tariffs, because it's made in China, but it is shipped from and owned by a Japanese company. So there might not be a tariff on it for you guys. I don't know if there's going to be a tariff. I don't know how it works. If it's like, does stuff have to be sold by Chinese company, or does it just have to be produced in China? Because the Switches are built in China, shipped to Japan, then from Japan they come to America under a Japanese shipping label. So as long as there's no new tariffs with Japan, there should not be a tariff on the Switch. Should not be. I don't know if they say, I don't know the ins and outs. It might be a situation where, because it was produced in China, there's a tariff on it even if it's sold by Japan. Whereas Canada, we're not going to have any tariffs at all because it's a Japanese product made in China, and we have good relationships with both of those countries. So we'll be fine with the Switch 2. I don't know about you guys. Good question, Snake. It probably will. Oh, you meant for U.S. consumers only. Well, that's the question. Are they going to start a trade war with Japan? And that's the two things. One, are they starting a trade war with Japan? And two, if they're not, will the fact that it's built in China affect the tariff even though it's a Japanese product?
They got in your car?
Yeah,
Where are you now?
I'm on the highway.
And even though I'm warm, I do not have a fever. I checked.
Are those two with you?
No,
Uh-oh.
not anymore.
Where are they?
Well,
See, I'm probably
they
gonna
are
Switch too.
with me physically, but in their soul, they're not.
I'm probably gonna get the Switch 2 and launch.
How did you kill them?
Part of me
With
is
a
a little
knife.
hesitant
Do you still
because
have the
I'm so
knife?
angry about
Well,
the stupid
it's somewhere in the
Switch.
car. I can look for it.
I don't
Yeah.
want you to look for it. Do you still have it?
Can't you hear me? I told you, it's in the
Even
car.
so, given the amount of hours of entertainment I've
What's your
gotten
name?
on the Switch, I feel like
Are you
it's
still there?
Yes,
Because I love me a good
What
game.
is your name?
Wow, is
Come
that
on.
Zelda game fantastic.
I've
It
just
is.
killed 2 people.
Why did you kill them?
I think
Ninja
the
Gaiden 2's
Lord
on Game
wanted it.
Pass? Nice.
The Lord wanted it.
But I only have PC Game Pass, so it's probably not on there.
On which highway are you now? Where is your emergency? Hello, 112 Coral Street, apartment 50. There are children shouting here on the street.
Nintendo does all its
Children,
manufacturing
yes,
in China.
like someone is being stopped.
I think it's just because they're Russians, Enchanted. The voices.
At first, I thought that it's the young people going crazy, but then I heard about the kidnapper and Tillian. What's your name, ma'am? Marisa Cranston. C-R-A-N-S-T-O-N. Ma'am,
I noticed that.
something
about it.
happened? They
You're
have
not hiding.
stopped shouting. Ma'am, a police car will be there in 10 minutes.
911.
I can't find my daughter.
When was the last time you've seen her?
We were at a park. I stepped away and people said she got into some car.
How old is she?
She's 11 years old. It wasn't that kidnapper, was it?
Not only that,
And what part did it happen?
Greenwood Central Park. I'm calling from a payphone at another entrance.
Like instructions.
What was she wearing?
She was wearing...
So like all of the like
Give me a second.
physical aids,
She was
physical
wearing a light gray jacket and dark pants. I don't really remember.
Okay, ma'am, stay on the line. I will contact the police right away.
Confused.
When was the last time
Oh.
you saw him? I'm not sure. 2 days ago?
That word keeps showing
Yeah,
up in
it
the
was Monday.
instructions.
Ma'am,
Okay.
it's
It's
I
Friday.
don't know what it is, and they're using it as a noun. So I keep trying to figure out what
Green jacket
an
with the
AI
hooded
Hey.
red trousers. Leg
Hey,
on
half
there,
past
under the
yellow.
shoulders,
Yes,
around
Tempest
5
Tower
feet
was a
high.
delight.
A birthmark
When
on
is
the
it
cheek
coming
under
out?
the left eye.
When can we check out the full game?
911.
So, well, we called to say that our friend went missing.
You want to report a missing person? 911.
We had a great time.
Called to say that our friend went missing.
We play a lot of tower defense games, so it's always great to see one doing something different with it
Need to wait 24
and trying to make it more engaging and active.
Oh, great.
So please, if you have any information about when we can get this our hands on this bad boy, please let us know.
112 Coral Street.
You know, you said the subtitles are on, but they're not.
Children shouting here on the street.
Children shouting.
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
His beams
We're playing the game. Oh, okay. We're playing the pre-demo playtest. So the demo we played is going to be publicly available in the near future.
cool.
All right. Oh no, it's a direct sequel. The game ended with us running out of the house last time, and he's recaptured us. Except this time we're not in the basement, so we're much easier for him to see. Thank you for the news, Half Past Yellow. We are very, very interested in seeing what kind of monsters there are, what kind of towers there are. When is full controller support going to be going in? Because we were able to use the controller for most things, but we couldn't interact with menus. So... Gotcha. Now, can I put that back if I need to? I can't. Okay. Well, hopefully he doesn't notice it. Oh, they're making it easier to reclose the door this time. That's good. Alright. I hope you have a good time at work, Snake.
If I break the window, maybe I can escape. But that would be loud. There must be something in this damn house, so I can open the window without making too much noise.
That makes sense. Okay, can't open this. Of course it's locked. Ooh, a wine bottle. Can I poison the wine bottle? The answer is no. Okay. Oh, yeah, of course. I've noticed more and more, you know, it never occurred to me that the reason basically every game I play now is advertising controller support, no matter the genre, is because it's important for the Steam Deck. But yeah, of course that's why. But yes, you can check out our footage earlier. We had a great time. We were mostly talking about Shakespeare while absolutely crushing it and killing those little goop monsters. And rescuing those tiny eilings. Gotta be something here to interact with. Ah, I can put the poker back. Nice. This is probably a bad ending type of situation. I thought it was going to ask me if I was sure I wanted to break the glass. Seriously? We're playing a game called 911 Prey, a game about being kidnapped by a cannibal and escaping the house. We played 911 Cannibal a year and a half ago. Ugh. And this is the direct sequel. He got out of the house, he didn't survive. Okay. We also played Mark of the Deep today. And by the way, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I can't recommend Mark of the Deep strongly enough. That thing is delightful. We also played some Airships Lost Armada, which I'm weirdly obsessed with. I mean, I'm a big auto shooter guy.
Maybe I can escape, but that would be loud. There must be something in this damn house, so I can open the window without making
Yes,
too much
there we
noise.
go. A key. Here on the channel, we play two things. We play casual games, and we play horror games. No! No, 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 no! No! I put the poker back. I'm smart.
He hasn't noticed that I left. I hope he hasn't noticed.
I closed everything. That's the fun part of this game. The key is you have to remember everything you interacted with, and you have to return it all to the state it was in before you got out of the cage. You totally should. If you like top-down Metroidvanias. Nope. I put everything back. No, I closed the doors and I put the poker back.
Okay, everything seems to be in place.
Yeah. Damn right it is. Nothing was wrong. Yeah, Mark of the Deep just came out. It is delightful. Really. Oh, I don't feel good about going the way he went. So, this is his main living room. That's the kitchen. This is the basement we were trapped in last time. That's some poisoned cheese. That's the fuse box used to control something. I don't know what. Oh, secret panel on the chair. Nope, that's just where you put your controller. But yes, if you like top-down Metroidvanias, like Crypt Custodian, you might enjoy Mark of the Deep. This is a weirdly large number of rubber duckies this cannibal has in his house. I'm always, like, concerned about the sheer volume of rubber duckies that cannibals keep in their houses. Like, it's something I try to keep track of. This one is an unusually large number. So as you can see, there's wires leading for the door, so if you open the door, an alarm will go off. And I thought my star screwdriver would let me open that, but I was wrong. Let's see if I can use the star screwdriver to jimmy this door open. I can't. Also, and I can't stress this enough, Mark of the Deep is pirate-themed, and I tend to like pirate-themed games. Of course it is. A resistor. Do I use that here? No, can't use it. Yeah, rewiring a panel was, you know, one of the ways you escaped in the... God damn it, first game. So I'm pretty sure the rubber duckies are there for if you step on them, you will get hurt by him and die. So, oh, here's a place I can hide. That is so loud. Again, always close stuff immediately. The minute you've checked it, close it again. It is literally your only chance of not being noticed. A ladle! I don't know I needed a ladle handle. Probably to touch something, battery, nice. To touch something electric later. Oh good, it's a puzzle box. Exactly what I was hoping to have to deal with. Whoa, the resistor! Star Screwdriver. Oh, nice. Are there any side scrollers you've enjoyed recently? So there's nowhere to put the battery. That's where to put the battery. Okay. This is good. Okay, the buttons are not doing anything. That's not great. Probably need both resistors before the buttons will do anything. Oh, no. It's a lights out puzzle. Aww. One of the types of puzzle I'm worst at.
People on TikTok are posting about cute winter boots.
Nice.
It's code.
Go move to Canada.
No, keeps you safe from ice.
Oh, that's cute. All right, I solved part of the puzzle box. Oh, 1 light goes on for each puzzle you solve. Okay, that's cool. 9 souls. Oh my god, 9 souls. All right, so funny story about 9 souls. I hope they fixed it, because I got that in early access a year and a half ago. I sent a review copy of 9 souls. And oh my god, gorgeous graphics, beautiful world. Like, I mean, and the gameplay is great. That thing crashed constantly. Like, the game just constantly crashed on me. It was so ridiculous. I would get like 10 minutes into the game and it would crash. Eventually I just gave up on it. I'm like, guys, let me know when it's out of early access and I will play this thing all the way through. Because I loved the world. I loved the look. The gameplay was fantastic. I loved...
What the... Is it you with me?
I mean, probably.
Oh, damn it! Shit!
Oh my god, it's a 25-year-old calendar. That's weird. So yeah, I loved that game. But it kept crashing on me. It was so frustrating. So I'm looking for another resistor. And a key for this door and a place to use that handle. Yeah, you would explore. So part of the game is you have to like find musicians. It was really cute.
So I'm seriously blown away by my realization that the Maquis and Star Trek are just the Métis.
Oh yeah.
And now it makes sense that sometimes the writers didn't understand them.
Yep.
And would write them so badly.
Well, that's a cannibal.
And I desperately want all Star Trek fans to read about the Métis now and Louis Riel.
That would be delightful.
Because it'll make so much sense.
Oh yeah, they'll get it right away. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure in the past year and a half, the game is now stable. The rest of the today, I have to run some errands for my sick lady here, and then I have to record a podcast.
I need more noodles.
So that's my day. Yeah, I figured it'd be locked.
I need pad thai noodles.
She needs pad thai noodles. She wants to make pad thai.
While he records a podcast, if I have the energy, I might paint.
We'll
Otherwise,
see.
I might not.
What
I
am I
started
missing
watching
here?
the show Suits again, because a certain someone beside me has watched all of it. I started watching it before him, but got tired of it. I just thought for the time it came out, White Collar was a better show. Still think that. And got tired of the character of Mike, because, like, really we just wanted to see Harvey get up to shit. But I've been reassured that the show does realize where, you know, people's interest lied, so that's good.
Weirdly, I had the same problem with one of the Blaster Master games. By the way, the Blaster Master Zero series is fantastic. Nice. Like, really great series. But, and this is the key part, there is an issue at its core. An issue I had with it, which is, it, like, the first two, fantastic. The third one started crashing on me, and I don't know why.
I might try to play some more of the Zelda game.
Yeah, let's see how far you can get.
It was getting really challenging. I think might be too sick to play it.
Right.
I, like, seriously kept dying in the dungeon where you rescue the king.
So, if there's nothing left here to check...
And that boss fight was freaking brutal.
I think I'm going to have to go up and check his room, because I think I've run out of places to search.
A full inventory of potions going into that boss fight, and I think I took all of them.
Oh, poor you.
It was very sad. Potions? Smoothies. They call them smoothies in that game.
Oh, gotta make sure that's closed. Alright, I'm going to have to see if I can find something in his room. And if in case he walks past me, I'm going to have to keep that door closed so he doesn't get confused. Ugh. This is the part I hate. And we're sure there was nothing in this bathroom. Wait, there's something behind the tank there. It's just a plunger. Weird place for a plunger. I don't need the soap. Alright, let's do this. Oh, I'm so worried right now. Okay. Oh, his name is Frank Flowers. And he's a cleaner at a hospital. Cool, cool. Tragically, you're not allowed to use the screwdriver to stab him in the neck. I know, that's how we all want this story to end, but they won't let you. I got a screwdriver, everybody. Ooh, I got reward points that I can use to collect now. What the hell are you talking about, reward points? When did Xbox get reward points? Alright, puzzle box. Do you have screws on here? Fix that. Open that. Switch that. Put in the battery. So I just need the other resistor, but I don't know where to find it. I'm so confused. Gesundheit. So there's nothing in the fridge, nothing in the freezer. Can't even open the freezer. I just don't see what I'm supposed to do with this screwdriver. Aha! Alright, I'm an idiot. Oh, another resistor. Please tell me there's another resistor in here.
This sound. Is it deep?
When you say canteen, did you mean kitchen? I feel like when you said canteen, you might have meant kitchen. Nope. Maybe you meant dining room? The point is, this Russian person who wrote that line doesn't know what words mean in English. Let's close that again. Has anything changed? I don't think anything has changed in the room. So I've flipped a switch inside the hidden inside the washing machine. And then the kid said, this sound, has it just come from the canteen? But I don't know what you think you meant by that. The resistor. I found the other resistor. Yeah, that's what I pressed. Anyway, let's put in the other resistor and we'll go from there. I think I've closed everything back up. See, that's the problem with crouching all the time. You do miss stuff. Yes! Oh my god, finally! Really? Okay, I don't know where the key goes. I'm a little worried now. It was to the basement. Good, I'm going back into the basement. I did not enjoy being in this basement last time. Although, you know, you got a nice little nostalgic hit of being back down here. Don't touch the chains. Of course it's locked. Why would it not be locked? There's the furnace. There's a bag of something. A special key is required. Padlock. I think you might not be able to go back in here because that was the first room of the first game.
Shit. It's coming here.
It's definitely from the basement.
Is it, though? Is it from the basement? I am confident that I correctly closed everything. But am I confident about that? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Do. Just a regular cage boy. Stuck in a cage. Nothing to see here. Just a boy in a cage. You know, that completely normal thing. Cage boy. Although the fact that the basement isn't locked anymore might actually tip him off. Nothing is wrong here. I put everything back. Oh, stop doing this to me. Game, lying about whether it's safe or not. Oof. That door remains locked. Alright, so don't touch the chains, people. Stay crouched. And only stand up when you're on the other side of the chains. Also, I can't see anything in here. I'm not saying like the game has to highlight items for you to pick up, but it wouldn't hurt. Oh my god. What the hell am I looking for? That's another key, isn't it? Oh, it's a lockpick. Well, that's good, too. Can I use the lockpick on this door? I cannot. Can I use the lockpick on the padlock? Padlocks are very simple locks. There we go. We're going back to the room that the first game was in, so I can close that again, right? Oh, that was such a big part of the first game. Remembering to put padlocks back on doors? You have no idea. Alright, so, close the door, put the padlock back on. That is a lot of random screws.
It's broken. But if I fix it, I can get out without making any noise.
I like the sound of that. How do you fix a glass cutter? Uh-oh. Basement, shelving rack, boiler room, black room, corridor under the stairs, dining room by the fireplace, corridor, corner with a broom, bathroom under the bathtub. So it's the place he's put poison. So I could theoretically collect all that poison and poison him. Theoretically. Glass cutter disc! Yes! What does What's that hand symbol for? It's nothing. Okay. Oh, it's my old cage. Hey, buddy. I haven't seen you in a while. How you been? Yeah, me too. I think we all change. Useless drawings. And that is a pencil. Aww. This is the thing that fell into acid when you opened the door. I remember that. Harry Bates Jr. died Greenwood. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, that's for me. Hello? What's up? Oh, I'm not. Yeah, and it was. I thought we were going at 4.
Can go earlier if you want to go groceries out.
Oh, his thing was canceled? All right, well, can you give me another, like, 40 minutes and I'll be ready to go? No. 3 is fine. I just need that. I need the 40 minutes. All right, I'll see you guys at 3. Bye-bye. My podcast moved up, so I'm going to start the game. But this is very compelling stuff, people.
You can always tell when you're really intrigued by a game when you go over the
I know, it's terrible.
No, it's cute.
Ugh.
You're cute.
I need to explore. And oh, wait, that's a new room. That wasn't there last time. He really expanded his house between, you know, me escaping and getting clonked over the head. So this is the workbench. Okay. Okay, it's not telling me how to interact with this. Okay. The game, unfortunately, is not telling you how to interact with it. Wait, we're going to figure this out later. So, we're going to wrap the stream up here. Thank you so much for dropping by, especially Half Past Yellow. I'm glad you got to see, well, find out where we were streaming the game. You're going to have to rewind to see us play it. But thanks again for the Tempest Tower early look. It was a delight. We're going to see y'all back here for more hot new games tomorrow, including more of that Danganronpa fan game we've been enjoying. So that should be a blast.